This is Daisy Discovers, and I am creating my first video for this channel. This channel has existed as something else, my name, for a while, and you'll find some videos with music that I do with my dad and my brother. But I wanted to get back into this because it's been a while since I have really done creative work, and I've recently started writing again and interacting with a writing community, which has been a lot of fun, and getting back into collaborative writing with friends and family, which is a ton of fun. And so I am a hobby hopper, so still writing, which is awesome, but I also got the sudden urge to get back on YouTube and try making videos. I consume a ton of content, and I just want to pour some back in to the community. So I thought, some of my favorite stuff is like body doubling and ASMR and cozy vibes and like just chill hanging out. Creating a safe space where people feel like, I've had a long day and I'm tired and I just want to decompress and unwind. And I want to provide a space like that. That is just, let's hang out together and let's just be. I got to spend a really nice day with my mom for Mother's Day this weekend, and we don't get a lot of opportunities to just be because there's always so much to do. And so she and I were able to just spend some time just being, and that actually led into a lot of creative thinking for me and for her, and that spilled over for creative ideas for my dad. And it's just great to, I think, just have that time to unwind and just be. And if you want to watch these videos just to have somebody to keep you company, that's something that I like to watch. Videos of creators who are, it's like kind of just want the company, but I can't handle the pressure or the social demands of being out in interacting with people, but I also don't really want to be alone. So it's like kind of hanging out with a friend long distance. So anyways, I think it would be fun to contribute to this community that way. So that's what I'm going to try and do here. So, I think we'll do like just chill art, crafty stuff, sitting around, being cozy, coloring. This is Super Cute World by Jane Mayday. It's really, in fact, super cute. I might try to do some videos of like the camera being closer and actually pointed at what I'm working on. But I mean, it's not much to look at, so as far as my contribution to it. So, but just for fun. Again, it's about just hanging out. And even saying that, I probably shouldn't, because I think I want to encourage, like, we don't, if you're going to sit down and do something, it doesn't have to serve a purpose or create a product or be like something that you're super, making it perfect, or you're going, okay, well, I have to, find a way to monetize this this skill or this hobby or this thing that I enjoy, so it's got to be perfect if I'm going to bother. It doesn't. Like, you can literally just sit down and color or doodle on a piece of paper, or I don't know, whatever it is that is something that you can do with your hands to keep them busy, because that does help, I think. And I think there's, a lot of people talk about this as giving your hands something to do, even something as simple as coloring, is really helpful for the brain that's always on And I think we all have brains that are just always on these days, especially because there's just so many demands and there's so much to do and to think about and prepare for and plan for. So, when we hang out here, we're not doing it to become better at a particular hobby or skill or to um, perfect something. We're just hanging out to hang out. So that's I think what this channel is really gonna try to be about. And I think I landed on Daisy Discovers with talking with my mom and trying to decide what would kind of match the vibes that I'm hoping for. And I think that I'm in a place in a time in life where I'm really looking for who I am and what I'm about and what I know what I contribute to the world and to my circle and to my people in my life. I know all of that. But I think sometimes ourselves get lost in the shuffle of contributing and doing and performing and perfecting and serving, and all of that is wonderful, and it is things that we are here to do. But it's easy to wake up one day and realize that you kind of don't really have much of an identity anymore. And maybe you never really did have a chance to form one. And that's, I think, where I'm at in life is figuring out what do I like and what am I interested in spending my time on and giving my passions to, and even just being able to sit and be, um and can I even do that? And so we're gonna find out. So yeah, so I think this channel is gonna be a lot about just like hanging out, and sometimes maybe I will organize a bookshelf or sort something, and you can hang out with me, and if you have a task that you want to complete, and we can just body double and you can get your task done while I'm doing my task. Sometimes I won't talk, and maybe you're thinking thank goodness. But I want to create a cozy space, like just a cozy place where we can just be. So, if you're interested in being a part of that, then hang out, and I think it'll be fun. If nothing else, I've experienced a lot of things lately, as in the last couple decades, and I think that some of those experiences um, are universal and things that lots and lots of people go through. And some of them are really unpleasant and unhappy experiences. And I have found a lot of comfort when I was and am in a lot of those unpleasant places in my mind. I found a lot of comfort in channels that and creators and people whose goal is just to encourage and try to provide just a space that's comforting and cozy. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that they spend all their time doing affirmations or encouragement, and maybe they do, and that's awesome, and I don't know if I'm any good at that, but I might give it a try for you. But I I really just think having in a world that's very sharp and loud and busy and full of things and stuff and expectations and needs and all of this stuff that we need to do, all the things for all the people, and I just think it's nice to just kind of slow down and sit down and put on headphones and look at a screen and watch somebody just bring gentleness and softness and comfort and a peacefulness. And so that's what I really want this to be about, is just peacefulness and comfort, and in discovering who I am through ruminating out loud, because I'm one of those people who, I process a lot of things verbally, and so if I can just sit and kind of learn about me, and I'd love to, invite other people onto this channel and learn about them, and talk about how we get through some of these darker things, but at the same time also just be prepared to just kind of be here together. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if it's any fun. And, if any of that sounds fun to you, then that's what we're here to do. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.